Targeting detected.
Hi everybody, so in this video I wanted to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and the Netduma gaming routers, and how if you're a big fan of Call of Duty and you play it a lot, and you're a big fan of ordinary multiplayer, so I'm talking here about TDM, free-for-all, domination, hardpoint, kill confirmed, gun game, search and destroy, capture flag, you know, those sorts of 6v6, 5v5, 5v5, 4v4 game modes, how having a Netduma gaming router and the software that's on it, which is the important bit, will increase the amount of fun you have. Now, you'll get better results when you play Call of Duty, but you'll also have a lot more fun. And I kind of liken it to, you go from playing Call of Duty over the internet to really almost playing it on a local area network and having the benefits that would have. However, you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? So let me explain a bit. So the Netduma routers, I've got an R1 and I've had it since Advanced Warfare, and I got it about halfway through Advanced Warfare. And remember, I'm an average Call of Duty player, average, honestly, average to poor most of the time. And I remember getting my R1, plugging it in, setting it up, and I've done a video, and if I can find it, I'll link it in the description down below. And I was like, oh my god, all my bullets are hitting now. I'm not getting shot round corners. This is amazing. And I started to have so much more fun with Call of Duty. I mean, I enjoyed it before, but I enjoyed it so much more afterwards. And so they've moved on to there's the Netduma R2. Now, they're not cheap, these things, but if you've been playing Call of Duty a long time, you know, I mean, how much is Call of Duty this year? 60 quid? 80 quid for the special version, something like that. You know, this is a fair chunk, and this thing's going to last you a long time. And it's also a router for the whole house. You know, it's a Wi-Fi router, it's a LAN router. You know, it's a nice bit of kit. So what does it do, you're saying? You're saying, get on with it, Rob. Right, okay. So here's the lovely dashboard. You look at all this stuff. So the first thing that will appeal, especially to, say, let's say the more mature gamer who has a family. Let's have a look at this. So you know when you're playing, and then all of a sudden someone in the house starts watching Netflix or downloading a big file or something like that. And then your game, you start to lose quality, your game starts to lag, you know, you might even start losing internet connection or something like that. What you can do with the Netduma is, if you put it as your main router in the house, you can make sure that you get the lion's share of the bandwidth of the internet that's coming into your house. Now, if not everything's being used, it's going to be shared equally between everybody else. But you can do that. Isn't that amazing? So you can always make sure, no matter what, no matter, you know, when the kids are playing Fortnite on their Xboxes or on their mobile phones, or watching a million hours of YouTube videos, you can make sure you have a big chunk of that bandwidth. So that's the first thing, and that's really cool. But the best thing is the Geo Filter. And to kind of explain the Geo Filter, I've got to kind of explain about how matchmaking in Call of Duty works when you're in a lobby. So you have two types of matchmaking, really. You have basically hosts. You have dedicated hosts and you have peer-to-peer hosts. So if you imagine when you're playing Call of Duty multiplayer, all the computers, all the PlayStations, all the Xbox, they've got to connect to each other in some way, haven't they? They've got to talk to each other. And what they do is you have one computer which is the host. So that's like the if you were playing Monopoly, that would be the banker. That's the person who's sitting there, who's kind of gets all the information in. And Activision will own data centers all around the world, all around Europe, and sometimes you'll connect to that, and that's got a dedicated server. But a lot of the time with Call of Duty, because it's so popular, you can never have enough dedicated servers. So what happens is, when you're in a lobby, say of 12 people, one of those PlayStations, one of those PCs, one of those Xboxes will be the host. And so all the information about the game from the other, say it's a 12-player game, all the 11 players goes to them and then comes out again. Or with the dedicated server, it goes to the dedicated server, goes to them. So when you fire a bullet, the information that you fired a bullet, where from and in what direction, towards who, goes into the dedicated server or the host. It checks to see where everybody else is on the map and what's going on, and then decides whether your bullet's hit or whether you got hit, and then sends that information out again. The thing is, though, data travelling down the internet isn't instantaneous. And so let's say, I mean, I'm inside this red circle. You can see more about that in a minute. But let's say the game decides to connect me to a dedicated server, say in Germany. All right, and I go into domination, and it goes, yep, it throws me into this server with these people in Germany. So the server's where my mouse pointer is. Now all the other people in this lobby happen to be in Germany as well. So as I'm playing, there's a guy in Germany. I don't know, maybe he's in Bavaria down here, something like that. And we look at each other. We're on enemy teams. We look at each other. We both fire at each other at exactly the same time. Now the information that when he fired his bullet and in which direction gets sent to the server, and so does mine. However, although the information started travelling at the same time, his information has got a lot shorter distance to travel. So the fact that he shot at me gets to the server before the information that I shot at him gets to the server. And therefore he gets the kill. And this is why sometimes you're in situations where you seem to get shot round corners as well. You know, you'll be going around a corner. Now that's sometimes due to network compensation and ping compensation in game as well. But often it's lag or ping, and that's the problem. And especially with peer-to-peer servers as well. Again, I could be connected to, say, a peer-to-peer situation. So I go into a lobby, and the host is a PlayStation up in Scotland, up here. The problem is, this guy, who's the peer, he's on a wireless connection from his PlayStation to, like, he lives in the Highlands, so he's up here somewhere. So he's on basically a dial-up connection into his house. And he's on wireless as well from his router to his PlayStation. So it's an incredibly bad internet connection to start off with. And then all the other people who join, they're all in Scotland. So not only is it difficult to talk to his PlayStation anyway, because he's on a really crappy connection, everybody else is closer to the server. And again, that's where you would have a bad experience. And generally, when you're playing multiplayer games, and you're firing at someone and your bullets aren't quite hitting, or you're getting hit round corners, or you seem to die a lot. You think, why am I? These are 50-50 gunfights. Why am I losing 90% of the time? It's due to lag. It's due to the fact that the data from your PC, your PlayStation, your Xbox is getting to the host slower than everybody else's, and it's a big problem. Now, when a game is fresh and new or incredibly popular, it's not much of a problem, because you know that, say in England there's going to be, I don't know, 1 million people playing Call of Duty, so we're all going to be fairly close together. But as the game matures, it can reduce quite a bit. So what does the Netduma do? Well, see this circle around here? I'm in the middle of that circle. And what the Netduma does, it says, hey Call of Duty, or PUBG, or Battlefield, it says, don't you dare connect Rob's PlayStation 4 to anybody further away than round this circle. Do not connect to them. I'm not going to let you do it. And it's like your gatekeeper to good quality games. And it means that you're always, he says touchwood, I mean there'll always be the exception, you'll always be in situations where your ping, so the time it takes your data to get from your PC, your PlayStation, your Xbox to the host and back again, to the host, is really low. And when we're talking about ping, generally anything less than 100 milliseconds is good. Anything less than 30 milliseconds is very good. Anything less than 10 milliseconds is, that's the best you can get. After that, you've got to physically plug into the host like over a LAN. All right. Now, you might also, well, wait a minute, Rob, what happens if there's somebody down the road from you who's the host and they're on a dial-up connection and they're going to be within this geographical distance, aren't they? That is true. So one of the more advanced things you can do with the Netduma is you can say, actually, I'm in the middle of the Atlantic like this, and then you go into your settings and you use something called ping assist. So what ping assist does, it says, actually ignore the geographical connections, because obviously hopefully there's nobody playing Call of Duty in the middle of the North Atlantic right now. But when you're looking at hosts, only connect to hosts that have a ping of 30 milliseconds or less, and that avoids that problem. And lots of people use lots of people use the Netduma like that. So what I'll do now, just to kind of so you can see it in action, I've got that buzzing you can hear in the background. That fan noise is my PlayStation, because it sounds like a Harrier jump jet. Let me just fire up a lobby, and you should start to see things popping up on the screen. Let's see if it works. Right, brilliant. So here we've got a lobby here. Let's see what else we've got as it sort of tries to find things. Still searching for players. You've got to be careful you don't set the ping value. Right, so we're going in. So there we go. So it's chucked me into a lobby there. So that's really good. I was hoping you'd kind of see other things pop up, but it's not going to. Oh, there we go. So it's right saying dunk, how about there, and stuff like that. So there we go. So that, my friends, is how the Netduma works. Very powerful. It won't turn you into an amazing Call of Duty player, but it makes the game feel fairer. You know, it makes the game feel more solid. You know, it really feels like your bullets are hitting home, and you'll feel great. So what I'll do again is there'll be a little bit of gameplay at the front of this video, you know, and a little bit at the end, and then I'll link to that original video if I can find it, about when I originally plugged in my R1 and played it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Anyway, that's enough from me. Put your questions and comments down below, and if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.